And now to the chaos this pandemic is once again creating for travelers. Airline passengers are scrambling in the wake of the announcement from Ottawa advising against international travel. CTV's Michelle Bernoro has more on the search for answers amid the rapidly changing landscape.
Janice Nickel flips through pictures of her new grandson on her phone, but what she really wants is to hold him.
If I could go see him, it would just make my Christmas even extra special.
When travel restrictions were lifted a couple months ago, she booked a trip to visit baby Benji and her daughter who live in Switzerland. Then Ottawa changed the rules.
A bit of a sucker punch. It felt like gutted in a way.
Now she's not sure whether she can get a refund.
I'm having trouble getting a hold of them and getting answers on what I can and can't do. I don't know if I have coverage at the moment.
She's not alone. Thousands of Canadians planning to travel over the Christmas break are now wading through the ever-changing COVID rules.
It's a challenging time for travel right now.
One of the big questions, can you still cancel your trip if you bought insurance?
If you booked your trip during the time at which the advisory wasn't at the current level, chances are you're going to have a good opportunity to claim on that should you need to cancel that trip, should you choose to cancel that trip.
The other pressing question, if you still choose to travel despite the advisory, will you be covered for medical emergency?
They don't necessarily need to be really concerned about whether or not if they get sick while they're away that they're going to have a problem, because the travel medical insurance policies by and large, are going to be able to continue to cover you, even though the threat level has been raised by the government.
Travel agents are getting calls, but not everyone is willing to give up on their travel plans.
People calling, asking where they can get PCR tests, so obviously people are still planning on traveling.
Bottom line, if you still have to travel, make sure you call your provider and make sure you know the fine print. As for Nickel, her heart is with her grandson.
It's really heartbreaking because I love my grandbaby.
But the new rules have left her plans to see him up in the air.
And Michelle joins us now. Michelle, such a stressful time for travelers right now. What are some of the airlines saying about cancellations?
Yes, super stressful right now. So it depends who you booked with. If you booked a non-refundable ticket with Air Canada, for example, you have a couple of options, including changing to another date without a change fee. But you'll have to go back to the agency that you booked the ticket through. You can also cancel the travel and get an Air Canada travel voucher for another trip. Now, WestJet allows you to change or cancel your flight once without any penalty, but the change has to be made more than 24 hours before departure, of course. And traveling now isn't easy. There are delays and ever-changing testing provisions, and as one insurance expert put it, travel now is not for the faint of heart. Mijang?
How true. All right. Thank you, Michelle.
Thanks.